W238CA, 95.5 FM, Utica, New York. The Heat.
This is Ron Klopfenstein, and you're in the hot seat on a Media Monday. Hey everyone, I'm Ron Klopfenstein, and you're in the hot seat on a Media Monday. We want to welcome everyone who's streaming the video of this broadcast on Facebook Live and Twitch, as well as the audio streaming audience at 955theheat.com, and those of you listening on our broadcast at 95.5 FM. Today we're going to visit the Mohawk Valley Astronomical Society's Barton-Brown Observatory. There is one right here in the Mohawk Valley. We went to a stargazing event there this weekend, and our entertainment correspondent Nabil Khan will be here with the latest in comic and gaming news for the fall. But first, we're joined by members of the cast and crew of the Arc of Oneida, Lewis County's Alice in Wonderland. Ellie Hadity, we're going to start with you first. You're the director of Alice in Wonderland. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, Ron.
So what's happening on Friday?
We will be putting on a full-staged version of Alice in Wonderland with approximately 50 members of the cast. We have sets and costumes and props, and we'll be singing lots of songs, and it's going to be a great night.
It sounds like it, and you have like some extra songs you've added into the play too, and
I have added in a few extra songs, just to make it more music friendly.
Yeah.
They love singing and they love entertaining, so.
And I imagine it's a really colorful play too, right?
Oh,
so
very
lots
colorful.
of costumes and
Lots of costumes. The Queen of Hearts and the flowers and the
Mad Hatter.
The Mad Hatter.
Yes, right.
Yes. The Tweedles. All of them.
I think one of your cast members is right here too. The Cheshire Cat. I see some Cheshire Cat shirts here, and I think the Cheshire Cat himself is here. Ellie, I know you have to go, so do you want to introduce one of your stars here?
I would love to introduce. This is Christopher Duck, and Chris has been with us for several years, and he always has a very prominent role usually in our plays. He is a good singer and a good speaker.
Hey.
So, yes, Chris Duck.
Yeah, thank you.
Welcome to the show, Chris. So let me ask you first. I want to know about this character. Like I know who the Cheshire Cat is, and like we know from the famous grin and stuff. But who is the Cheshire Cat to you? Like how would you describe your character?
Kind of mischievous and funny.
Yes,
There's
right.
some funny lines in the show.
Yeah.
People will enjoy it.
Uh-huh.
This is my 6th year.
Is it?
If it wasn't for COVID, it'd be my 10th.
Well, I mean, so six is a lot of
That's
years
a long
to be
time.
doing this.
Yeah. My favorite so far was Willy Wonka.
Oh yeah?
Yep.
Why is that?
Because the movie's fantastic. the original with Gene Wilder.
True.
Because I can sing that song. But the Pure Imagination.
Do you like candy?
And yeah, but I'm diabetic, so I don't really touch it.
So it's
Unless it's sugar-free.
Yeah. Oh, I see. So why the Cheshire Cat? Like, did you choose that part?
No, I wanted the rabbit, but I got this part. But this part has more lines, so it's all good.
It does,
Yeah.
and it's a comic part.
And so far, it's more fun anyway.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
So how long have you been working on this part? How long have you been rehearsing?
Since April.
Oh my gosh, you
April.
guys back since the springtime.
Yep. Showtime is this Friday at 7 p.m.
Are you excited?
Yes.
So I'll say break a leg. I won't say good luck because that's bad luck.
I'm not going to do that because I've got a metal plate and 3 screws in my left
Oh, then
ankle.
don't
From doing that a long time ago. Yeah, no more of that.
So, Chris, we have Roxie. I was going to try to say your last name, but I'm not going to try now. I'm looking at. I think I will try. Yasilopoulus.
Close. Yasilopoulus.
Oh, okay. I was close then. You're one of the supervisors with the ARC, right?
Yes.
So, what is your program like?
We run, the StageWorks program is run through our respite program. So we're working with adults in my program, 18 and older, and there are people that still live at home with their families. So it gives the caregivers an opportunity to have a little bit of a break while we have fun with the people we're taking out in group.
What is respite for people that don't know?
So respite is, it's a program that allows the caregivers to get a break from their caregiving responsibilities that they have every day.
You can sit down if you want.
That would be better. Thanks. I just said thanks, Jonathan.
So it's so curious, like with this Stageworks program. Do you guys like use art and entertainment a lot, like with your programming?
For Stageworks, we do. It gives us the opportunity to share all the creative talents of the people at our agency. They create the t-shirt that's actually a design by somebody who receives services at our agency. So they design all that. They make the goodies that we sell in intermission. They help create the set. They help with all the stuff on stage. They actually, it's really their show. So it's an opportunity for them to shine.
And you guys work on it for like months and months and months.
Yes, we start in April.
Wow. So, Chris, what are some of the first things that you did? Like when you first got the part, like did you start to like do the music first, or did you start to do the lines first?
The scripts.
The script.
We follow Miss Ellie and do what she wants us to do. But some of the scripts, a lot of the songs she added, I already know from other plays.
Oh, so that kind of helped.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, how are you with the humor? Is comedy something that comes naturally to you?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Especially in the script, like the rabbit saying, "I'm late for a very important date," and I go, "What else is new?"
So the director knew when she cast you, she had the right guy for the part.
Yes.
What are some of the most fun parts about playing the Cheshire Cat, other than the comedy? I'm sure you know.
Well, the costume's nice.
What's the costume like?
I haven't seen the makeup yet because they're going to do that later. It's a purple, pinkish.
Yeah, striped, purple and pink stripes.
The pants are a little tight, but I love the jacket. It's with a hoodie.
Oh, okay. So it's like the Cheshire Cat that we see.
It'll look like this. It
Yes.
has those same kind of colors.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
purple and pinkish.
So have you rehearsed yet in costume?
Not yet. This Thursday we do that.
Now you've done other plays though.
Yes.
Now in the past, like when you go from like rehearsing like just on the stage to actual dress rehearsal, is it different when you're in the costume?
It feels like it feels like you're actually performing the show. It's just there's only a little bit of people there watching and clapping afterwards, or booing, but there's none of that. Because if they were booing, we'd be a little upset.
So putting that costume on makes you feel like you're the Cheshire Cat.
Yes.
Yeah. What are some of the other parts other than Willy Wonka?
I was King Triton in The Little Mermaid.
Oh, so now King
That
Triton.
was my first year.
And now he's a much different part than the Cheshire Cat.
Yes,
King
I had
he's kinda
daughters
Like
then,
domineering.
you know.
I was going to say he's got the.
I had some kids.
Oh, yeah. How did you approach the voice work with that? Because King Triton is like a much deeper
Real
voice.
deep.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Cheshire Cat really, I don't think of like
kind of doing it like
your
my
normal
normal
voice.
voice
Yeah.
a little bit, not too different.
Was it hard to do the King Triton?
No.
No. Do you like that? Like when you really have to stretch?
Yes, but Willy Wonka was my favorite.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How about the music in this play? What are some of your favorite songs?
Getting to Know You from
Okay.
The King and I.
Yes.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say.
Yep.
I guess it's all right.
It was added in. like an
Zippity
extra-
Doo Dah from the band,
Classic
you know.
Disney, you
Yeah,
know,
Song
yep.
of the South.
Yep. Yeah.
But at the end, we dream.
Okay.
All you have to do is dream.
Now, when
That's
you
for when like Alice wakes up
that at the end
and
of
the
it,
dreaming,
yes,
because
yes.
she's all in a weird world.
Yeah.
The Wizard of Oz is so much
Wizard
better.
of Oz. Oh, right.
But they already
Well,
done
Alice is
that
a lot of
play,
fun,
right?
though. So, Roxie, let me ask you, like, what goes into getting the costumes and building the sets, and like, did everyone participate and help out with this? And
Yeah, so we're lucky. We have a art program that's part of our day hab called Fine Arc, and they help with making all sorts of wonderful props. And then a lot of people on the CFSR team that runs this, we paint our sets in-house, so we do all of that. And I do the work on the costumes along with some of the people from Fine Arc, so it's all handled by ARC staff.
Which Fine Arc I'm also a part of.
oh, good for you.
On
So,
Monday, Wednesday, Fridays I go.
what are some of the things that you do in that program?
Paint and then sell, make some money. Half of it goes back to the program and half of it I get to keep.
Good.
They
Cool.
need the other half for supplies.
Yeah, right. So, like, what
So
will
it's
you
not
guys...
all about me getting the money, which would be nice. But
Right, but I mean, it's like both. I mean, it works out good. Like, you're helping out, but you're also making some money for yourself, too. So,
Right.
what are you guys going to have, like, at the intermission? You're going to sell stuff, too, to raise money at the intermission? And, like, you have like probably like food and stuff and all that.
Yes, our Chef's Express makes the goodies that we sell. So that's what we sell at intermission. There will be cookies for sale that are fabulous.
Oh,
so.
nice. And this is at Clinton High School, right?
Correct, yes.
And what is the time? What's the time?
7 p.m.
7 p.m. Yeah. So Chris, if it's a Friday night and someone's looking for something to do, why should they come and see your play?
They should come to see everybody's performance, because it's like not just about one person, and it's an ensemble. When it's like Star Trek, they had a great
it's
chemistry.
an ensemble.
People. Chemistry, because it's not just about me.
Right. Well, the great thing about...
Because the show doesn't... Sorry I interrupted.
No, you go right ahead.
The show doesn't work with just one, unless it's a one-man show.
Right.
But our show is about everybody.
What is that like, the ensemble? Like, what is it like for you to work with others? Sometimes for some people that comes easy, for some people that comes hard. Do you like to work in groups with other people?
Yeah, it can be a little stressing if you're not getting along with the people, but I get along great with everybody. And then we have people behind us, just in case they're in black, like in case we forget our lines.
Mm-hmm. Right. I was going to ask about that. Some people that do plays or do like shows, even like this, feel some anxiety about it because there's a public speaking aspect of that.
Right.
What is your method for like approaching a public speaking assignment in order to like be calm and to give a good performance and not get stressed? What do you do?
I look at my mother sometimes because she comes to the shows.
Yep.
And I've been like that ever since I was 7 years old. We had a picnic and partying in the background. And I was dancing up a storm. I wasn't a leprechaun, but it was St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
And I've been like that ever since.
Yeah.
And I wish I had joined before Stageworks, but
still,
I didn't know about it so much. And it's a lot of fun.
So for you, like you look in the audience and like you focus on your mom, and so it kind of makes it so like you can ignore the rest of it and just focus on one person there. So does that helps with like
it helps? Yes.
What helps you to memorize your lines? That's something that for me is really hard because I've tried to do some acting stuff, and like for me to memorize lines, it's like
I have a photographic memory for certain things.
Oh, so you kind of have a
if I talk about Doctor Who, we'll be here forever.
Oh, really?
I know all
my gosh! Well, my husband's a Doctor Who fan.
I know all the episode titles in a row since day one. So
oh my gosh!
I'm a big fan since I was 7 years old.
Good for you.
Thank you.
Wow.
Star Trek 2, but more Doctor Who.
More Doctor Who.
I love sci-fi.
Who's your favorite Doctor?
Tom Baker.
Okay. I was going to ask. I think that's...
And David Tennant with the newer shows.
Right.
But there was a thing online, David Tennant. He can't always save the show. And it's a Comic-Con. It was a video on Comic-Con where... Okay, everybody, clap for David Tennant. Yes, but Doctor Who was on long before David Tennant.
Of course,
it was more about Tom Baker.
It's like as old
the
as
one
me,
with the
actually.
Scarf.
Yes, right, of course. So
7-foot scarf.
Yeah.
I have two of those at home. My aunt made.
Oh wow! Oh my gosh! Well, you have a lot of Doctor Who fans in the room here.
Cool.
So,
great.
And you prefer that to Star Trek? But you like
I like Star Trek too, in all its forms. But Doctor Who and Disney's trying to save it right now.
Right.
It's on a hold.
How do you feel that? How do you think Doctor Who is right now? Because Disney has,
it's
bought
in
it.
flux.
Because
they don't know if Disney's going to continue. They say the show will continue with or without Disney's help.
Right. Well, maybe
I don't think it's going to end. And if it ends for 16 more years, like the original time it did, I'll be a little upset and
I think
to tick off, But I know it would come back. My brother Mark,
I was going to say
he didn't think it would ever come back.
Right.
And it did, and I proved him wrong.
I was going to say too, like if it does go off there, like if they stop producing it, if the American co-production stops, the BBC will still make the show. So,
Russell T Davies, who's currently in charge for the second time.
Right.
His first time, I guess it was better.
Right.
Than this second incarnation. But the graphics and the special effects were fabulous because of Disney.
This new season now?
Right.
Because of money
well, it's over right now. So there's nothing. Right. They haven't decided until the spin-off, The War Between the Land and the Sea, airs next year.
Yeah.
Once that airs, then they'll decide how the ratings go.
Yeah.
But the thing is, they only...
You mean that they're going to decide Disney will continue to
they only looked at the ratings for the Disney. They didn't look at the BBC. Then they had the BBC iPlayer.
Right. I mean, there's all the
with all of the people that
ancillary
actually
market.
watched it. Yeah.
Yeah, especially internationally with sci-fi
And
stuff.
it hasn't had like 20 million viewers since Tom Baker, and David Tennant had like 10 million. Now it's like 2 million, then people get upset.
Well, really?
They'll get over it.
They will, yeah.
It happens every time a new actor takes over. Like, oh, we hate him. We hate what they're doing to it. Well,
Right.
that's what the show was all about. Change.
Who do you think would be a good doctor?
Me.
Okay, I love that answer. Yes. Well, there's a comic timing there. You, the Cheshire Cat.
Yeah.
So, Roxy, tell me one more time. When is this play? When can people go see Chris as Cheshire Cat? Where do they buy ticket? How do they do it? When is it?
Sure. Friday, September 26th, this Friday at 7 p.m.
7
at
p.m.
The doors open at 6, but show starts at 7. At Clinton High School is where the performance will be. You can buy tickets on the ARC website or the ARC Facebook page, but you can buy them at the door. We always have tickets at the door as well.
Oh, cool. Great. So, Chris, you have a busy week ahead of you.
Oh, yeah, I'll be tired. Vacation.
You will be. Yes.
Need it.
So, do you have a full dress rehearsal on Thursday?
Yes.
Good.
We
So,
practice
you'll be-
Wednesday too, but
Practice
not
Wednesday, too.
costume.
Well, I think you'd be totally prepared for this.
Oh, yeah.
For this
I'm
show.
ready.
So this will be Friday, 6 p.m., Clinton High School, Alice in Wonderland, the Ark of Oneida Lewis in Lewis County. Lewis, Oneida County. That's what it's called, right?
The ARC Oneida Lewis.
Oh, no, Ark of Oneida Lewis. Okay. Thank you. All right. So, we've been talking today to members of the cast and crew of the Ark of Oneida Lewis County's Alice in Wonderland. You can see that on stage this Friday. Tickets are on sale now. Later in the show, we'll be visiting the Mohawk Valley Astronomical Society's Barton-Brown Observatory. And next, our entertainment correspondent, Nabil Khan, will be here with the latest in comic and gaming news for the fall. I'm Ron Klopfenstein. You're in the hot seat on a Media Monday. I'll have more after the break. This is Ron Klopfenstein, and you're in the hot seat on a Media Monday. Hey everyone, welcome back to the hot seat on this Media Monday. I'm Ron Klopfenstein. Lily Christopher is here with me in the studio, and we're joined by our entertainment correspondent, Nabil Khan. So a new set of Magic cards has been released, right?
Yep, so Magic's been around for about 30 years, and they decided this year that they wanted to collaborate with Marvel and make a Spider-Man set.
Wow.
Right, so there are like almost 300 cards in this set that are all just Spider-Man or Spider-Man related.
And this is the first time they've ever collaborated with Marvel?
They did a very small collaboration last year where they made like 5 promotional cards and nobody thought anything of it. And now I guess this is going to be like a more regular thing for them.
So what will that mean? What will that be? If you're playing Magic, right? And what do you actually do?
I don't know if we got enough time for that, Ron.
It's a role-playing game, kind of like Dungeons and Dragons type, right?
Sort of. It's a card game. It's more like Pokemon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I mean, you buy
okay.
packs and you get cards and you build a deck and you play with it.
Yeah.
And so what they do actually, technically the card game doesn't come out till next Friday.
Okay.
And they do events at stores that are like registered
I
to host,
see.
and they do
Yeah.
what's called a pre-release. So a week early, people that are really excited to play with this stuff can get their hands on the cards a week early.
Yeah.
And then they can have it for like a tournament and win more of the cards. So that's what happened this past weekend.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So, yeah.
What was the rarest, when you could win this weekend, what was the rarest possible one, the collection that you could win?
Oh,
Or
man.
does it not work like that?
No, you're right. It does. So that like when you're opening the packs, they're random, but you're looking for certain cards. And I don't know if anybody here has watched any of the Marvel movies. I know you have, but there's something in the movies called the Infinity Stones, right? So like they do different stuff. There's one Infinity Stone they put into the Spider-Man set. They put in the Soul Stone. So everybody wanted that card. It's like a $150 card. So yeah, I saw a couple get opened.
Wow.
So what does it mean? Like,
Grab.
some people will buy the cards and not get that card? Like by
Yep,
set?
so when you open a pack, it's random, right? So like I said, they made like about 300 cards, and as you open these packs, they're about 12 cards.
Okay.
And you don't know what you're going to get. You're going to get some amount of that 300.
Yeah.
And, I can't call it gambling, but it's kind of like gambling.
Right. Like baseball cards or garbage
Exactly.
Garbage Pail Kids back
Yep.
in the old days
Yep.
and stuff. Yeah.
Or
right.
again, like the Pokemon comparison, you know, these people are buying them, they're hoping they get something really good. I would say compared to some of the other games, there are a lot more people that play Magic.
Yeah.
If you ask your average person that buys Pokemon, they're buying them just to collect.
Yeah.
Even though there's a
but
game.
not to really play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but so there was that, and if that wasn't enough, we also had Batman having his 86th birthday this weekend.
Oh my gosh.
We had
Big number.
Yeah,
86.
we had Global Batman Day, and
He's
it's
30 years older than me. He looks good for
He looks
86.
great for 86. So I mean, the way they kind of do that is they send comic book stores some like promotional comics
Batman
to give
stuff?
out. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So we had that, and if anybody's still interested, there's leftovers if anybody wants to stop in for some free Batman
Get some
comics.
Batman stuff. And Nabil, this is your first anniversary here on Hot Seat Media Monday.
It
too.
is. It's my. What did we call it before?
I don't know anniversary. I don't know. Is there
Anniversary?
Yeah.
The name, I forgot.
I had a name for it. I'm gonna remember it when it's too late.
I
But
know.
yeah,
Well, we're so glad
we've
you're
been
here.
doing
All
this
this
for a year.
information
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah. So what else is going on in the world of comics and gaming and all that stuff?
Well, if those two
Movies,
things,
you know?
if those two things weren't enough for you, I'll give you one more comic thing. All right. So Marvel had their thing with Magic.
Yeah.
DC had their thing with Batman, but they also, for the first time in, I don't know, 20 years, they did a comic together. This
Wow.
week, they had Batman versus Deadpool come out.
Oh my gosh.
Very unprecedented because
It
they're
is.
separate companies.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So they put out
And
this
just
comic.
huge companies too. Like
yeah.
you know,
and
Disney.
they picked two of their biggest characters.
Yeah.
So they said, all right, well, let's make them fight.
Wow.
So that was a big release this week too.
Yeah. That's
Flying
doing
off the
very well,
shelves.
too.
It
Yeah.
sold very well.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, just kind of like think about that too, right? I was talking to Lily about it before. Like some of these characters, you know, like some of them are kind of new, some of them have been around for a very long time, but it's like they have this like enduring legacy.
Oh,
you know,
yeah, I
86
know.
year for
I
Batman,
know,
right?
right.
Just imagine like what
Years.
people thought in 19. What would it have been? It would have been in 19.
Well, I was born in '69. It'd be 30 years before that, so 1939. Right?
Yep, that's right. 1939. He
The
first
same
appeared in Detective
character.
Comics.
Isn't that amazing? Like, yeah.
Generational.
Right.
So, and then like
yeah.
they last so long, they start to bleed into these other things like card games.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know, crossovers, you know.
Right.
It's kind of cool to
the
see.
universe expanded and, like, you know, became the Marvel DC universe. and stuff.
100%.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, speaking of Disney, Jimmy Kimmel's back on the air tomorrow. We're all happy about that here at 95.5.
Did see that broke while we were like sitting
Yes,
waiting, like
yes.
within like the last half hour, I think.
It certainly did on the way into the studio here. So we're very win for the First Amendment. And Lily, you're just back from Washington. I was in Washington back in the fall, and it sounds like it's a much different place now than it was back when I was there back in October. So what was your trip like?
Oh yes, I just got back last night. Wonderful city, wonderful experience, wonderful, beautiful city. But to say the least, the shift in politics has definitely shown throughout the past few months as the city very much has shifted from diverse to definitely more right wing.
How so? Like what did it? If comparing it to how had you been there before?
I have never been there before. I was very much a follower and a reader. Definitely, you would see some who were Democrat, some who were Republican, but definitely when you look at the streets and advertisements and just which way the media and information was, there definitely not as much bias and diverse with both, and definitely more bias to right-wing media.
Like what did it feel like?
It definitely felt very much like a dynamic. You saw guards, and I was in contact on the streets with ICE, and you definitely felt, oh my God, this city feels like it's being controlled.
Yeah. And you actually saw ICE yourself?
Yes.
What did you see? Like how did you know that it was ICE?
They had the uniforms on, and it said security. I remember the exact words.
Right.
No, so I don't want to.
Well, you must have been nervous at the time.
I was very nervous because you think like, oh God, what if you do something wrong around these people? One little move. What if your phone's out and they think you're taking a picture even though you're not? what if you set one wrong foot, make even wrong eye contact, something could happen. So definitely you felt very much try to walk by, try to look quiet, look to intimidate, just look like you're going about your day.
And it's really not the way that we should feel in our nation's capital.
No, definitely in the capital of our country, America was established on freedom and free speech and free will of life. And when you're walking by these people, which is quite frequently in Washington, D.C., especially in the central part of the city, you should not feel like when you're walking that you have to be a robot. You should feel free and where you are in your environment.
It shouldn't be like North Korea in the United States.
No, what I feel the public and some people aren't realizing is if we don't speak out and realize what could happen in the next years, we could get unfortunately like that.
What did you see ICE do?
I saw ICE standing. They weren't necessarily doing anything, but they were definitely just standing.
Was their face obscured like by a mask or?
No mask, but they were standing and watching.
And it's how you felt. You said you saw a deportation?
I feel it might have been. I don't want to confirm for sure.
Yeah, but you just saw some like uncomfortable stuff that you should see. Yeah.
Yes.
Did you go to any of the museums or?
Oh yes, I toured.
What were they like? 'Cause there's been a lot of talk about how he wants to censor what they show and like. Did you get that sense at the museums of like the kind of oppressive nature or?
The museums I went to the National Portrait Gallery, which so far was not very censored, still untouched. It was all history in America and artwork from painters over the last hundreds of years. Photos in the gallery of all 47 presidents, and so far those are not censored.
Obama and
Obama.
Biden's picture was still up too?
Yes, every Democrat and Republican was up. So far that was not touched, and I went to the Lincoln Memorial, the Washington, and I saw the Capitol, and so far nothing of that has been obscured yet. We have to wait and see and make sure that museums don't happen, but as of right now, everything in D.C. is still standing how it was.
What do you think, and how do you feel like with this news about Jimmy Kimmel that like that it seems like Trump lost this round and he's going to be back on the air? Do you think that's what do you think about that?
I think Jimmy Kimmel returning to TV is definitely a positive thing because everybody who's capable of expressing themselves to the public should have the freedom of expressing their speech. And no matter, in my opinion, even with politics, what party you are, everybody has the right to be their party, and no one should not be friends with someone due to their political differences. I'm all for people who are different than me, but what mainly with Jimmy Kimmel, what people have to watch, what could happen to them is make sure you don't let yourself fall to the bottom. Things in history happen from not speaking up, and no matter what you are, just make sure you're getting along with each other and speaking up for what's right.
I definitely agree with her sentiment, and I'm happy to see that he's going to be back on the air, that the suspension was very small, and it's definitely, like she said, it shouldn't be an issue of which side you're on, because I'd feel the same way if I found out the FCC were trying to do that to people on another station. Exactly. It's a question of not having the government step in and tell our people that are speaking their mind what they can and can't say, regardless of where they lean.
How do you feel as someone who's going into journalism, Lily, and someone who's young? To me, it's completely shocking that these things are happening. That I wonder how you feel
being
so much younger than me.
First of all, Ron, you're not old, and
thank you.
Second of all, being young, it's definitely very frightening because even right now, you just
How do you plan your life?
I plan my life by just talking by what's best around you, because everybody, no matter if you're a journalist or not, has their internal feelings. It's just whether or not to say it, to not show your personal thoughts, and to just be very open, and being open makes you want to appeal to all audiences, no matter what differences or similarities they have. Where when you look at this current administration trying to dismantle the freedom of the press, it makes you nervous, because then when it's that side, if there's no freedom of the press, it goes against what I'm saying, because if I as a journalist, I want both Democrats and Republicans to have a voice and work together, and both could share their own views and thoughts and updates. Where in this administration, which is scary for young people, is they want to wipe out media where it's just one side's thoughts, what one group thinks, what one type of person thinks. And I just don't feel that that's how a society should work, especially going into it.
Yeah. What about people your age? I mean, you're a little bit older than her, you know. I mean, is you know, I wonder, like, different generations, like, what do you think about, like,
I definitely think I definitely agree. You're not old, Ron.
Yeah.
No. I think regardless of generation, we're all feeling this, like, you know, kind of fear. You know, I don't think the age that you are affects the fact that you don't like when you see society, you know, at a point where the FCC, right? You know, we've always kind of just known that they regulate TV content, but not like in a heavy-handed way.
Right,
you know, they're making sure
you
that,
couldn't
like,
swear, but they wouldn't censor, like, your ideas.
Or they wanted to make sure that kids weren't seeing things that was like inappropriate for them. When you hear that the FCC is threatening an organization that owns TV networks says, if you don't do this, we're going to pull your license. It's crazy. I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone.
I know, me too.
So
yeah. Well, thank you, Nabil. Lily, you're going to stick around. We've been talking today to our Hot Seat Media Monday entertainment correspondent, Nabil Khan. When we come back, we'll check out the Mohawk Valley Astronomical Society's Barton-Brown Observatory in Waterville. My husband Jim and I were there Saturday for a stargazing event. I'm Ron Kloffenstein. Lily Christopher is here with me, and you're in the Hot Seat on a Media Monday. More after the break. This is Ron Kloffenstein, and you're in the Hot Seat on a Media Monday. Hey everyone, welcome back to the show. On the next Hot Seat Media Monday, we'll be joined by my friend Betsy Snyder, who's running for New York State Supreme Court Justice, and one of my favorite local performers, Miss Cleo Cupid herself, Beth Doxeter, the great burlesque performer producer. Well, first, you may not know this, but there's an actual observatory right here in Waterville. It's called the Barton-Brown Observatory, and it's operated by the Mohawk Valley Astronomical Society. Photojournalist Jim Hale and I were there for a stargazing event on Saturday, and we have this report. I'm Ron Kloffenstein in Waterville at the Mohawk Valley Astronomical Society Observatory. It's an observatory, right?
It is an observatory.
And I'm with Carol, one of the volunteers here. So why don't you tell me a little bit about the Mohawk Valley Astronomical Society?
It's actually an astronomy club, like many astronomy clubs around the country and the world. And it's a opportunity for people to get together who have an interest in astronomy. And a long time ago, people didn't have telescopes, but a few people did. So it was really important to have an astronomy club, because you could go and learn more about the sky, you could learn more about equipment, and if you couldn't afford equipment,
You like use other people's.
yes.
Other people like, you know, sure.
Yes. So it's just kind of it's like like an art club, a book club. It's just like-minded people.
So how long has this been around?
The astronomy clubs was founded in 1989.
Oh, okay.
So we've been around for a long time.
Yeah.
Yes. And it was back in the day when you could build your own telescope.
Oh,
Actually.
really?
It's been a while for members did. Actually,
Wow.
in the corner, that's an
There's a
example
telescope
of-
that someone actually built themselves?
Yeah.
Wow.
And several of our members still have the telescope that they built themselves. So we have little projects and little fun things. And if you had a problem with your telescope, there were a lot of people to help you, or if you think, ooh, maybe I did something wrong, or I don't know what to do here.
Giving like them advice and
Yeah,
stuff, people
yeah.
about keys and stuff.
So
Is this like location? It was the location chosen for a reason, like the observatory of
Well-
is it a good view of the sky?
it's an excellent view of the sky, actually.
I can see that tonight.
Yes,
You see all the
tonight
stars.
this
and
is
of course, the
like-
fireworks too.
Well, we've got this is a special treat.
Right.
The
In the night sky.
Yeah. But finally, the clouds have gone
Yeah.
away tonight. So it's cold, which means it's pretty clear.
Clear,
So
right.
it's a really, really good night for an observatory, or just
To
tell
observe.
about, or just go out and sit in your chair and
See the wonders, yeah. Now, when people come to these stargazing events, what reaction do people have when they look through the telescope and see this stuff? Maybe for the first time. For me, it'll be the first time I've ever seen the Milky Way, all this stuff. What kind of reaction do people have?
A lot of times, the one that I find is the most fun, to me it seems like it's the one that happens most often, is there'll be silence. Like the person who's running the telescope will say, well, right now the telescope is pointed at the Andromeda Galaxy, for example.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is. So people are like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've never seen that. I maybe don't even know what that is.
Right.
And a lot of times, so let's take planet Saturn, because Saturn and Jupiter are the two
Biggest
planets
ones. Yeah.
that are, they have a lot of wow factor, we call it.
Yeah.
And so, for example, Saturn's the best
Yeah.
to look at. And it's oftentimes you'll say, okay, we're looking at planet Saturn, and you can see it with your eyes.
Yeah.
But when you look through the telescope, of course, it's magnified. So
Right.
it's like you're putting on magnifying glasses.
Yeah.
And most people are either like, you hear a,
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm seeing this. Is this real? I remember there was one person who said, this isn't real, right? Is this a picture? And we were all kind of laughing, but he actually meant it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of one of these,
The
you
sense of
can't
wonder
believe,
must be
so
there.
you can't
Yeah.
believe what you're seeing with your own eyes. And a lot of times people will be looking through the telescope, and then they'll look up with their eyes to see it, and then look back down again.
Yeah.
And that's kind of gives you this, like, I'm seeing it with my own eyes, and
Right,
now I'm
the
seeing it with
perspective.
a device that's helping you see it.
Gets so much
close.
closer.
Yes.
I'm with Faith, and she's the observing coordinator for the Mohawk Valley Astronomical Society. What do you see when you look through a telescope? What does space appeal to you?
Back in time, because a telescope is a time machine.
How so?
Because the light that leaves the object, no matter what the object is, takes time to get here. Anywhere from 8.5 minutes from our sun, 1.2 seconds from our moon, and could be 2.5 million light years for something from like an Andromeda galaxy.
So some of the things that you're seeing actually took place in the past.
That is correct. The light is well. That's why it's a time machine. We cannot see right now this second what that object looks like right now this second.
Yeah.
We can only see it as it was when that 2.5 million year old light gets here.
Cool. So what are some of the cool things that you've seen?
Oh, I watched when an asteroid or comet hit planet Jupiter.
Wow.
Back in '94, I believe it was, the impacts.
What did that look like?
Well, we couldn't actually see it happen.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of speculation as to what it was going to look like.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
nobody knew because we had never watched it before.
Yeah.
And they actually impacted on the backside, but as Jupiter rotates very quickly, and it brought these dark spots.
Wow.
And then over the next couple of weeks, you watched them and they spread out into a whole band around Jupiter.
So what caused that, the spreading out?
The winds on Jupiter.
Oh, I see.
Jupiter spins very rapidly, and
Oh, okay.
it has winds, and they, just like the smoke from Canada, spreads out over the U.S. all over.
Oh.
It's the same idea.
So what are some of the cool things that people can see like right now in the night sky in Waterville?
Right now, probably the most spectacular thing that will entice most people is planet Saturn.
Oh yeah, with the rings, right?
With the rings. However, they might be a little disappointed because Saturn has seasons just like we do.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And the rings are tipped. You know, the planet itself is tipped.
Yeah.
So as it goes around, for about 7 years, the rings are tipped toward us, and you can see them. But then as it goes around, they're straightened up. And this year is the year where they're just about a thin, straight band.
So it's kind of like winter time in a way. Like the winter solstice. You can see the very little, least amount of the rings.
Right. You're going right through the wind. Instead of looking at them flat on this way, then you're looking edgewise and then tip. So that takes, you got seven years that way. Yeah. So right now it's and
kind of like that apogee right now. Is that what you call it? That
apogee. Apogee is when they're the farthest away.
Okay. So like the least visibility kind of like is that the point?
Well, it's the fact that the rings, even though they're probably 100,000 miles this way, but when you turn them edge on, they're only like about a mile thick.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Oh yeah, those rings are not really thick at
Saturn's
all.
rings are only like a mile thick?
Yeah.
Wow, I used to think they were like, millions of miles.
No, they are in width. And depth, but not in thickness. They're very thin, so that when it does go through the ring plane, you're looking at an edge on.
That's interesting.
It's kind of like our Milky Way, which you can see tonight, actually, up there.
Wow, well, I gotta see all this.
Yes, well, it's the same idea of our Milky Way, because our galaxy is basically a flat.
How is it that we can see our Milky Way when we're in it? I've always wondered this. I've seen that poster, like, you are here, with the Milky Way, and I wonder, like, how do they get that picture, like, when we're inside of it, when we are there?
Well, one thing, we see other galaxies, the way they look, and they also have, over the years, have clocked the position. I've got my little model out there that I usually use to show this, which is much easier. But we are about 3/5 the way out. We live actually out in the suburbs.
Oh, because so we're not in the core of the Milky Way. We're like out in the distance.
No, like I say, again, it's like a flat disc, this. And in the center is a giant bulge of stars here. And that's about 2/3 of all the stars are located in the bulge.
Really?
And that center, matter of fact, we can look out and I can show you right now where the center of our galaxy is located.
Oh,
It's out there in Sagittarius, right above the steam of the teapot. So if we live out here and we look inward, we're looking towards Sagittarius, the constellation Sagittarius. And that's where the black hole is in the center of our galaxy. So I can point you as to where it is. Now, you take the same idea of what I mentioned about Saturn, is that it's this way kind of flat. Now, since we live in our Milky Way galaxy, if you could see it flat on, well, we live in it, so we're going to see it like this. We're going to see it as a band across the sky like this. And that's the Milky Way, because that's billions of stars
Kind of
combined.
like disc shaped? Is that
No, it's going to be flat, straight.
Flat.
It's going to be a band, like a band across the sky.
Oh, I see. Oh, wow.
Yeah, it'll be a band.
And
I can show you that.
How do you find stuff with the telescope? Like, how do you know what to point at?
Maps
Of the sky?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Oh, it's like, if you're going to go to some state you've never been, how do you find your place?
So, like, does the sky map use, like, north, south, east, and west, or some other kind of... Really?
Yeah. Basically, we use horizon and zenith.
Oh, I see.
And it used to have north, south, east, and west, because you know what direction you're looking at.
Right.
And we have maps at any particular time will show you how high it is. And of course, you learn them and you get to know this guy and
You get
it's
to
like
find
your friend.
things, right?
I can go out and point out
Wow.
You know, the constellations are easy to.
Well, why don't you take me out here and show me some of this?
Sure.
Okay. That sounds good.
And with a telescope, you can, for example, with Saturn, you can see some of its moons.
Yeah.
Jupiter, you can see 4 of its moons, even with binoculars.
Wow.
When you look through a telescope, you can see the bands on the planet, you can see the Great Red Spot, you can see
the
moons transiting over the, between us and the planet. So, lots of fun.
Now, do you ever still feel that sense of awe when you look in these telescopes?
Yes, I really do, because as you get more curious about whatever it is you're looking at, and you learn more about it, then you're interested in, I wonder if I could see that moon, or I could see that crater on the moon, for example.
Yeah.
Or can I see, if I'm looking at a big grouping of stars, and someone tells you that there's over 1 million stars or 100 million stars in that group.
Yeah.
For your eyes, and even through the telescope, it might look like a fuzzy, smoky area, and you see little dots in there.
Yeah.
When someone tells you it's a place where stars are being born, and you realize that we're only alive and our planet's thriving because there's a star in our little neighborhood.
Yes.
So when you start thinking about things like that, it kind of makes you feel big and small and curious about other things.
Now, if someone wants to get involved in more information, what's a good way to find out more about the Mohawk Valley Astronomical Society?
Well, we have a website.
Okay. And Facebook, of course.
And a Facebook page, yes. And so on our Facebook page every day we post 2 or 3 things that are, look at this tonight, or here's what's coming up, or we talk about missions, maybe something's launching, or maybe there's been a new discovery.
Yes.
Or there's some science going on about something. So, but we post
lots of good information. Yeah.
Things about Aurora. Sometimes we can see northern lights. This will be the time of year when we can start seeing them more and more.
Yeah. Well, thank you for telling me all that.
You're welcome.
So I'll take a look at some of these stars. I'm in Waterville at the Mohawk Valley Astronomical Society Observatory. I'm on top of for 95.5 FM, Lady. The Mohawk Valley Astronomical Society has lots of cool events coming up. You can find out more at MVAS-NY.org. Lily Christopher is here with me in the studio. Lily, we just have a few minutes left, but we were talking during the break about your trip to the West Wing.
West Wing truly was a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Shout out to my cousin Sam in DC for the tickets.
For getting you the tour. That is pretty amazing. How did that come about?
Pretty amazing. I told him we were coming down, and he helped with tickets. We saw a lot of incredible things despite the current serving, but we saw things such as the Oval Office, the Vice President's hallway, the dinner gala, and my favorite thing that I saw was Jackie Kennedy's Rose Garden, which looks different, but
it does look different.
Such a wonderful period in time to me was the Kennedys, when everything was starting to blossom and come alive, and optimism and change and moving forwards. And
how are you? Because you're a very optimistic person yourself. How are you keeping that? It's okay. Someone your age, you want to be optimistic. So you want to believe in this stuff. And how are you keeping that optimism?
How I keep optimism is, first I get sad, then I think of ways to get happy.
You got to deal with it first. You got to experience it first.
Over the course of the trip, I went to the Kennedy Center and saw The Sound of Music, and music and theater and musicals and everything like that gets me very optimistic. But it was a beautiful show, very wonderful, very good. But it was
Yeah.
very sad at the end to see them escaping
Sound of
from
Music. I know, the Nazi.
which
Yeah.
when you look in the world with
Everything feels different
everything,
now, huh?
even not just here, throughout the whole world feels
Yeah.
very different. Where how I
Yeah.
keep my positivity going is I just remember treat others as you wish to be treated, no matter how much they're disagreeing with you. That disagreeing and violence gets you nowhere. Just treat others as you wish. Equality, no matter what gender, race, ethnicity, equality hurts no one. And just remember, no matter who you meet, be your best self and stay true to others.
Well, that is really good advice, and thank you for sharing that.
Of
Our
course.
guests today were the cast and crew of the Arc of Oneida Lewis County's Alice in Wonderland. Go see it on stage this Friday at Clinton High School. Thank you to Nabil with our gaming and comic book news. If you'd like to see the story about the Mohawk Valley Astronomical Society Observatory, I have it online tonight on my Facebook page and on my YouTube channel. Our sound engineer is Jonathan Brooks. He's DJ Jay Easy, and he's up next with the Easy Ride Home. Jim Hale records the show for YouTube and podcasts. Lily Christopher is our associate producer. Nabil Khan is our entertainment correspondent. I'm Ron Klopfenstein. I'll be back next week with another Hot Seat Media Monday.